All right, we going?
You're going.
Hey, you guys. So, we have visitors. We're so excited when we get visitors. And we're going to have these folks come out clear from a long ways away from actually places where it really does get cold, not just our version of cold.
Sweatshirts.
So you can see they're dressed, and Vicky and I are all bundled up. But anyway, we're super excited. We kind of set this up, and I want to just let these guys introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Sean Aaron.
My name's Jen. I'm a registered nurse back in Butler, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour north of Pittsburgh. I've been doing it for about 13 years.
Excellent. And John, what's your background?
I'm a contractor by background. Woodworking. Figured, was watching the videos on YouTube and realized, okay, I'm going to try this out. And once again, Eric's a genius. And I learned how to do it through him.
Oh, boy, jeez.
We're going to have to deflate that.
That $50 I paid him before the camera went on, I got my money's worth on that. You're a contractor from a standpoint of like you build houses or
I have a plumbing background, plumber's background in remodeling. Worked for almost 19 years as a plumber, and decided I was going on my own doing full general contracting.
Okay.
And then just gone from there.
So when you were a plumber, you actually worked for another company at that point?
Yes. And then I started my business while I worked for them for 9 months.
Gotcha.
Went on my own with no business, taking no loans. It was all hard work.
Yeah.
And
I can relate.
Did that. I was in business about 14 years, and I wanted to get out of construction since 19 years old. I worked in a jail for a few years as a correctional officer and running my company at the same time.
And still doing your remodels?
Remodels, everything, running the company and doing it all.
Yeesh.
And figured that wasn't for me no more. Construction is one thing you can't really get out. If you love something, you got to keep staying with it.
Yeah.
So I stayed with it, and here I am.
So you were a correctional officer for how long did you do that?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. 2 years too long.
And that was enough.
Yeah. 2 years too many.
Our son-in-law is a correctional officer. Yeah. There's a prison out here, and he's looking to get out of it. It's
stressful.
That's not an easy gig.
My dad was stabbed twice.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Back then, it was a lot different back then. But
yes.
Yeah. And then he went to work for a winery after that. So
which made us all happy.
Much happier. Yeah, much happier. Because I would imagine, I've never been in that situation, but it's got to be, man, the stress is just like 24/7, right? It's not like you can just walk away from the your shift and not have the stress. You kind of carry it with you, right?
Yeah. It's a mental stress, not physical stress.
Yeah.
But it gets to you. And I thought when I was going to go there, I thought I had in my mindset that if I could talk with them, I could get through to them whenever they were being released. You'd see them back in 48 hours, 72 hours, 3 days later, you'd see them right back.
Yeah.
They just...
Bad habits.
They're hard to break, Yeah. And some of them don't have a good background.
They got nothing else
life,
to go to.
They don't have parents... that are together. They got split families, and it's just a bad scene all the way around.
It's sad. It's got to be sad, heartbreaking.
Yeah, because you'd see them come back, and you could see in their face they want to listen to what you're telling them, but they get mixed right back up.
Yeah.
I tell them, take that cell phone, throw it in that garbage can whenever you get it back, and you get your clothes to go back into population. Throw that cell phone in the garbage can, because those people that are on that phone aren't your friends, because they're the ones that got you here.
Yeah.
I said, go find a church, volunteer. You'll find new friends. You'll find a better life.
Yeah.
And they would listen, and they come right back.
It's sad.
It's a shame.
It's sad because...
I should go get my sign to show.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, John brought Vicky a present. Vicky finally got a present, not just me. So, so you tried that for a couple years, then you left and went back and just running your business then.
Yep.
And you said something earlier off camera that you build furniture?
Yeah, that's my hobby.
Okay.
Building furniture, but now it kind of turned into they've seen pictures of what I made, So I make furniture for people.
So
but
you
it's-
were doing contracting, like remodels and that kind of stuff, and that's what was paying the bills. And you were just building furniture as just kind of just as a hobby thing. But then that kind of led into having customers for that product line too. Now. Oh yeah, check this out, guys. Look at that.
Gotta zoom in on it. Hold on. Look at how cute is that.
Just in time for Easter. So
Well, after Easter, it's going up in my office.
So tell us about this, John. I'm curious. So you use a carving liner.
Liner
on the rabbit, yeah.
And then we did the you do the carving liner or the
profile
to do the letters
to go around the letters.
And then I did the 90 degree.
Was this the 90
back,
here or the 60?
90.
The 90.
And then I used the profile again right here.
And you actually did the cloud with the profile too, right?
Mm-hmm.
The shape of the cloud. That really
You just did a video not that long ago where you said your dad does more with the deeper.
Yep.
Leaves it a 1/4 inch deep to make the line.
And that's what you did.
Mm-hmm.
You went deeper on that cloud, and then you backed it off. Well, it was a different bit, and then you did that. Yeah.
And I did the 90.
Very, very cool.
It was about, I think, 3/16 is what I did the 90 degree.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And he does all his own painting also.
I was just going to ask that.
Not me. I am not artistic.
That's the worst part for me.
Yeah.
No, he
But
sits and paints.
gosh, you did great. What kind of paint is that?
Just the little bottles you get like Michael's or Walmart.
Right.
A little
The
acrylic.
little artist
acrylic
acrylic
one,
paints.
yeah.
Yeah.
98-cent bottle.
Yeah, very nice. So you
then
you
I-
finished it first, then you put the paint on afterwards.
No, I put all the paint on and then I sprayed it with clear lacquer.
Really?
One
And
touch clear gloss.
Yep. And so because it was clear, it didn't change your colors. If you had put like an oil base, like a Helmsman or something that has an amber color, it would have changed those.
Probably would have
colors.
changed the white for sure.
The white for sure. Yeah. No, that looks great.
It's so cute.
Terrific. And this is Select Pine,
Yeah,
obviously.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Well done, man. Very well done.
That's all because I watched the videos and learned from you.
So what you're saying is if I whine on all the videos,
So you were telling us you had heart surgery, and because of that, you had time on your hands and started watching
on
YouTube.
YouTube. That's how I found
And
you.
that's how you found us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, crazy.
And how
Part of my
long ago was that?
rehabilitation.
How long ago was that?
October 1st.
Oh wow, that's it.
Yeah.
You didn't start this till
I
after
didn't start.
Christmas.
I started this right a couple of days from Christmas because the Christmas one I sent you. You put it on on
Yeah.
YouTube. Was with the Santa Claus.
Uh-huh.
That was your first.
That was my very first one, and the second was for one of my customers that owns veterinarian office.
Yeah.
And it's just kept now working to you're getting a little bit more
Wow.
experience with it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. I'm curious, how do you do your transfer process to get your rabbit on there? Do you carbon paper or what?
Yeah, carbon paper.
Carbon paper?
We just bought as we emailed a while back, we just bought it, but I'm not that good with technology. We bought the ink injector printer,
Yeah.
but I haven't figured out how to do the freezer paper
We haven't
transfer.
tried the
Gotcha.
freezer paper yet.
So I've been doing it where I'll put it onto just a piece of paper, then put the carbon down and trace it out, and then I spray with the lacquer
To keep it
to
from
keep
smearing?
it from smearing because
Yep.
even with the lightest touch, it'll still smear.
Yeah,
on
you put your hand across that, it'll smear. Yeah.
So
yeah.
and then after I do that, then I leave it sit for maybe an hour or so, and then I start carving.
Yep. Excellent. Cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite router? What router are you using?
The DeWalt. I like
You
the
like the
cordless
si-
one.
Oh, you like the cordless,
one?
really?
Actually, it's actually a little bit lighter, and it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not as top heavy.
Yeah.
As I'm noticing.
And
with the
it doesn't.
611.
The thing about the cordless is, and again, this is just me. I don't like any kind of constriction on movement of that. So a lot of times for me, I'll clamp up the cord here and have extra cord just because the weight of the cord coming off the bench. I don't know. I just don't like any restriction at all on that. And the cordless obviously wouldn't have anything.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's-
completely free.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed, and it's actually when you're running it at full speed, it don't have that. When you go to lift it up that little bit and then go back in,
Yeah.
it don't have that movement to it
Yeah.
that it would have.
Yeah.
My hands are probably jerking now because
Oh, this doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, So you've just got the DeWalt then?
I have two. I have the DeWalt 611 plug-in, and then
Okay.
what's the 611V? Is that what it is?
I think
I
I think it's like 600
600.
DCW 600 or something. Yeah. And so what size battery do you have on there?
I run the 6 amp.
Amp hour? Yeah, because see, I just have the 2 amp hour, so it only lasts about 15 minutes continuous running time. That 6 must go for quite a while.
I got the Rabbit completed and started into the letters before I had to change batteries.
Before you had to change batteries. Yeah, that's not bad.
The only thing that, if you're like doing a Rabbit and that battery doesn't give you a warning sign and it blinks, and if you're not paying attention, you better stop because it'll jerk a little bit, and then
it just comes to a dead stop.
Yeah.
And
I like to be able to have the fresh battery, so now that's what I'm doing, whether it's low or not. I put in a fresh battery when I'm going into here, so I don't have it run out on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the DeWalt is definitely by far the best one.
That's been my favorite all along. There are some people that like the rigids and my son actually carves signs and he likes the rigid better, but he's kind of off anyway.
I think we all say that about our kids.
I'll have to play this for him. He'll like that.
But I have other DeWalt routers. Most of what's on my work van is DeWalt tools.
Oh, really?
And most of my shop, but everything in the shop is Fest tool and Jet.
Yeah.
But no, DeWalt, I mean, they got their routers, even when you get into the, what's the bigger one, the 2.5?
618?
Yeah, the 618.
Or the 616.
It's still the same way with that. You flip over to adjust the base.
It's just so nice.
Yeah, it's precision.
And that's what my main problem with the other routers is just the depth adjustment is just, that ring just works perfectly with that. And the rest of them, gosh, that thing, if you don't have a hold of it, it'll drop right through. And it's crazy.
And back in Pennsylvania, you can't get, DeWalt is out of stock everywhere. You can't get it.
It's kind of that way. They're starting to get, I know they got the cordless back in here. I don't know about the, the cordless throughout the country, but we did hear that the 611s were like non-existent. But they haven't discontinued them. I did find out that because there was a rumor that they discontinued them, but they're not. They're just out of stock, and they don't know exactly. I think they're like, kicking into high volume. But the COVID thing just, hurt so many people.
Everything seems to be out because of COVID.
Yeah.
Other brand of tools, you see that too.
Yeah.
Because I was looking even to go to the fuel, Milwaukee.
I've been hearing really good things about that.
But you can't find it.
Really?
It's
That one too?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. And then the base plates, I'd have to get you to drill me if I was to switch over to the Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But then I'd have to buy all them batteries too.
Yeah, right. We've got somebody right now that has one of the Milwaukee 18-volt fuels, cordless, and they're sending their base plate so we can make them a custom one too.
Yeah.
And then we'll add that to the line, so then it'll be here. So we'll have it. So we've got 18 or 20 different base plates, but once we get that whole pattern, then we've got it from now on. So when you do get it, we'll have it. But good. So from a furniture standpoint, are you making tables and
dressers, nightstands,
Really?
TV stands, whatever anybody wants to.
And what kind of wood do you have available to you back there? I'm kind of curious.
Red oak is big.
Really?
Yeah, I get red oak all day long. We get the for my drawers, the glide, the inside framing is mainly maple or poplar.
Really?
Because back with the Beatles and back our way, they'll wipe out areas.
Yeah.
With big areas, so they got to take the trees down to try to stop them because they're dead.
Yeah.
But it's
so the
white
wormy maple and the stuff that's beetle kill. I only learned about the whole beetle kill, wiping out literally forests of stuff just within the last few years, and I thought it was only beetle kill pine. But then it was like, well, wait a minute, they got the wormy maple and all this, and so it goes to more species than there's just the maple and the pine then.
Yeah, and you can't take from our area if you want to go to the National Forest. You can't take your own firewood with you. You have to buy it up in that area.
Really?
Because they're worried that there could still be beetles burrowed into the logs that you're bringing. Even though it's split, they don't want that to get into the rest of the national forest.
I had a piece of wood that I was making a table with at one time that was, I think it was, I can't remember what kind it was, but I got to, clean it out and doing my work. There was a dead beetle's butt sticking out of one of the things, and he was just in there trying to dig him out.
Yeah,
but like pine, you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, you don't buy that at the lumber mill where most of them, they don't want nothing to do with pine.
Really?
But it's a huge price difference. This, when you go to Home Depot, this goes through about 4 or 5 different companies. By the time it makes it, that's why the price goes up.
Of course, yeah. And then they have the cheap version, which out here they call common board, which is just a downgrade, like the worst grade of pine, I think.
Yeah.
And it warps and twists and all of that. And I used to try and use that because I'm so cheap, but it just got to the point where it was so much hassle that I figured, no, I'm just going to go with a select pine. We don't have that many varieties out here. It's not like we're in forest country. So we have pine. We do have red oak. We've got poplar. But, man, the stuff is so expensive. It's just really, really rough.
Well, that's what I found. To go to the lumber mill, I can cut my cost in half.
Yeah.
With buying, you know what I mean, to do it.
Yeah.
And it was just a hobby. And then it just kind of, and now it's filtered in with the customers. If they want it, I'll do it.
So what do you see, do you see a future of actually doing signs and making some progress or some money from a sign making standpoint? That's something you want to do?
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
I don't Facebook. Jennifer has put it onto Facebook, but nobody's jumped on it.
Yeah.
I've made signs and gave them away. People were impressed with it.
Yeah.
But
it's just a matter of getting it started.
It'll happen. You get it, you're doing great stuff. You get it in front of the right people. And again, I talk about niches a lot. If you find a niche, like, I just talked to somebody the other day that, in fact, the Zoom that will be on Friday, this guy lives in, where's he at? In
Ohio? No?
Gosh, I want to say Kansas, but anyway, he's in a big equestrian area, and he sells tons of signs to horse people.
4-H groups.
4-H groups, and ranch signs and stall signs, and then there's other guys like Matt Bay. He's his little niche is going to breweries. He lives in kind of the St. Louis area, and he goes to breweries and is selling tons of stuff to them. So a lot of times there'll be a niche in and around where you're at. You never know. Just keep that mind going. But you've got that entrepreneurial thing going. Just keep that mind going, and you'll find your niche.
Yeah, I even thought of through the years of learning how to like the top of a dresser drawer, the top dresser drawer. You've seen it where they usually use the CNC machines and they'll do like roses or whatever.
Yep.
I'd rather do it by hand and do it this way.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of something I've always wanted to try to get into. And like I said, and then I stumbled across you guys and been happy with it.
Let's see. We're way back in like 80. When did we get married?
81.
Anyway, 81.
Yeah.
So it was like 82 when he bought me a hutch. He had a cabinet maker in the shop next to him and made a hutch, and Eric carved the design
in the doors.
on my
And he
hutch.
would have he was my next door neighbor, and when he wanted something like that, he'd just bring it over to me and I'd freehand carve it. That was long before CNCs were anybody could afford CNCs. CNCs back then days were $100,000,
Right.
But he would do custom furniture, and then if he had some panel doors he wants some carving in, he'd just bring it over to me and I'd do it for him. And so that adds really a flair to the furniture if you've got the availability to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
No, people think that's what that is. It's not a CNC. That's just
That's a
freehand.
compliment.
Yeah. That's a nice compliment to have. I mean, it looks, you're really holding a good line with that thing.
I think this comes down to, I think I'm at sign 11 or 12.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. It's obvious, that you've got an attention to detail that really lends itself well to what you're doing here.
Yeah. And like you've said in past videos, and some things you have to leave out, and some things, you know what I mean? Because you just can't get it.
Yep.
Because it'll just take out too much wood if you hit a soft spot.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what I
And
learned.
or it'll chip out, and then then you got to figure out how to fix that. So yeah, you have to be kind of picky and choosy when it comes down to the little tiny details and stuff, and say, does that really matter to the overall look of the sign? And if it doesn't, and you think there's a chance that might chip out, just leave it out, and it won't make any difference at
Right.
all. Yeah.
Because sometimes when it's just raw wood and you're not even all the way carved, and then you get a little bit more, and once it's done and you get it all the dust out of it, you're sitting there looking at it, you're still thinking, well, it's not going to look right. And once you start painting it, it starts coming alive.
Yeah.
You can actually see each color as you do it comes alive.
Yeah. And
Because I start from the white to the pink to the brown, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to go dark to the lighter. You know what I
in
mean?
case you have to cover something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that really
It's
came
so
out
cute.
well, man.
And the
That's
X-Acto
really
knife
cool.
is your best friend. Like if you get a little bit in there where the black is,
Yeah.
wait till it dries and then scrape a little bit and it goes away.
There's always ways to kind of.
I'm a heavy sprayer, so I'm still learning that trick, not to overspray.
Yeah,
I'm still
I see one little bleeding spot, a couple little tiny bleeding
And I
spots.
even put the sanding
It's
sealer.
character spots.
Yeah, but for and you don't use sanding
I
sealer.
did. I just started to use it.
Did you?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, we got a phone call.
But I still use the lacquer first. And sometimes
Oh,
when I'm doing
okay.
it as I'm buying the board,
Yeah.
and it's like this, I'll put the sanding sealer if I'm not getting to them right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it'll help.
and definitely put it on the ends, because if you don't put it on the ends and it's bare wood, that's where you'll get cupping, because that's where the moisture really attacks. So yeah, definitely put it on the ends too, because that is even out here, and we're not in a humid climate. You guys are.
Yes.
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah. We get a lot
You
of
guys,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing is make sure to seal up the ends. You want to seal the whole thing, but especially the ends, because that thing will cup if it's laying on a. And I've been learning more about this. If it's laying on a table, especially, the moisture will get to this and get to this, but then it can't get to the back side. So then it will pull this up. It will literally. That's where it will form that cup.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And where did it come from? You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
no moisture in the air, and then all of
Right.
a sudden, boom, it's like that.
Yep, and it will surprise you.
Because my shop, when I'm heating it with the logs, I'll get it to 85 degrees in there.
Heat it with the logs where you got a wood stove?
Yeah, wood stove.
Ah, that's nice.
But I have to put a pot on there to try to keep some moisture, because
of course.
that's all you do is it's static electricity. You're
Yeah.
shocking yourself.
Yeah.
But you got to watch because it'll start to dry the boards out.
Yeah.
When you get it up, so you have to keep some of the water, like a pot on top of the
Yeah.
stove to keep
Yeah,
some moisture in there.
that's what we do in the house too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just so dry.
It'll twist it. You'll put this board down and it'll be completely flat. Come back out in the morning and it'll be
twisted,
just a
Yeah.
little bit,
Crazy.
just that quick.
Good.
You know what I mean? It's like even once if I carve out even just the letters and come back out the next day to do the background, it'll do that.
Exactly, 'cause
I've been taking this in the board with me into the house.
Yep.
Because it's a consistent heat in the house with the
Right,
furnace.
and you're exposing brand new wood. See, even if you have the sealer on it, as soon as you start cutting that thing, you're exposing now brand new wood that moisture can get at after.
And it's just the outline, of the
Yep.
letters without even taking out the background yet.
Yep.
With the cloud.
Yep.
The moisture gets in that little groove.
Yeah, it will absolutely.
Because I usually go about an eighth inch or a little over when I do the letters.
Yeah.
And then you go up. Not so much on this one because it was so close, but I usually go back in with the 90 degree at 3/16 of an inch with the template guide to get with your starter kit.
Yeah.
And then now, like I said, then I usually put the 90 degree here, but I was worried that I was going to lose everything
Yeah.
with the 60 degree. So I did the 90 here and didn't do the 90. I just used a profile to
Yeah.
do that outline.
It looks
Normally
good.
I do the 90 degree, 1/4 inch deep, and then come back up to 3/16 and do the
The background.
background.
Yeah. Yeah. Really came out good. Very nice. Okay, well, anything else you guys want to add? You're out here on vacation to Las Vegas, right?
Yep.
And drove down here for a couple hours?
Yep.
Yep. And so what do you think of Las Vegas? I know it's your first turn.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
It's fun. We're
Yeah.
having fun. We're having a good time.
Good.
Not big
Good.
gamblers, but We like to people watch.
Now, I'm
they
curious.
have a lot of stuff you can do though that doesn't have any. That's when we go to the axe throwing and
Yeah,
that's fun.
yeah.
But we're right on Fremont Street, so there's in the
Oh.
evenings we could just stand there and watch.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got the light show. Or they're still doing the light
Yep,
show.
yep.
Yeah. Well, that's always
Is there
entertaining.
still-
And there's musical
is
acts
it
down there,
packed
right?
down
Or there
there?
was.
There was. I don't know what's coming.
Oh, really?
Maybe for the weekend, maybe.
He
They-
said according to the last time he was here, it's not packed. I don't.
It's not packed
It,
at all.
it's not busy,
I don't
crazy.
know how the casinos are surviving out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're-
they're only at 35% capacity right now, I think is what they said.
It used to be that whole Fremont area. Last time we were down there, they had in between the blocks, they would have stages with musicians and musical shows and stuff. But they're not doing that right now.
The stages are there.
Oh.
There's 2 of them at least we saw.
Yeah,
But they're not using them.
they're not using them. Yeah,
that's
it's the
sad.
COVID thing.
When we
probably.
booked the trip, they said that weekends are the only time it gets lively.
Oh.
So maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
When I was here, like 8 years ago, it was Country Time, Country Fest.
Oh.
Gretchen Wilson was
Oh.
on a stage, and then they had like no-name people coming up,
Really?
and it was just mass mobs when she hit the stage.
This was down on
Yeah,
Fremont.
Yeah, on Fremont.
Oh,
Because
really?
we were staying at the D where we're at.
Yeah.
We were on that second level, and we could hear all the noise out there. And we went out, there's a door, and with a landing, with an escalator comes up from
Yeah.
the ground level.
Yeah.
And it was just like, people were like ants just around watching
Really?
her.
Yeah.
And as soon as she was off stage and like a no-name was up, nobody was around.
Yeah.
But they
Gretchen
were,
was a huge star. She was
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
It's
Huge.
really not bad crowd-wise right now, I don't
Yeah.
feel like.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's great.
This
you know?
morning when we went to breakfast, there was all the
Walked right
people.
in.
They were just sitting there waiting, like to deal the cards. We're like, I bet you they're bored as could be because there's nobody sitting around the tables.
Yeah.
Normally, when I was there 8 years ago, people were at the tables already at 7
Yeah.
in the morning.
It's
Oh, yeah.
tough standing there. Yeah, most of them are they on an hour, 45-minute, then 15-minute off, and then 45-minute.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They may because they've cut their staff down, their dealers down, so it might be hour and a half standing, and then
Yeah, and they can't sit down. They have to keep, eyes forward. There's rules for that. Vicky knows all that stuff. That's. I think that's tougher for a dealer just to stand there and do nothing rather than
They
it's
look
got-
bored
Yeah.
because there's nobody there for them to do anything,
Yeah.
and they're just standing. It's not like they can stand in groups to talk
Right.
to one another.
Oh, no.
They're at their tables
and
and,
they're not
they're
even
just like,
supposed to cross by or talk back, next to you or
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't do
There's
that.
a lot of staff there, but there's just nobody. In the evenings, it's been a little busier the
A little
last 2
bit
evenings.
busier,
Yeah.
but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I was there,
So
it
if you want
was
to go gamble, now's the time to go.
It was nuts. I mean, people were everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like big crowds, so we went down through the new part, and there was people. They were like falling off onto the off the sidewalk onto the roads. I'm like, thank God I'm not driving because it's just I don't.
I don't know. Have you gone up the strip now?
Yeah,
we went
You
yesterday
noticed the
for some of
big
it.
cement pylons all
Yeah.
the way around because
And they
they,
put
had
fencing.
drivers that were coming up on and actually killed people.
Is that what they're there for?
Into the crowd.
Yeah, they're the whole way down.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
put those big steel
They've been
or
working on those
cement
for a while.
Yeah,
Cement. Yeah.
Sad
Cement
day.
A
pilings.
lot
Yeah.
of construction going on down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the next, it looks like it's going to take them probably a good 5 years to get it completed. What
Yeah.
they're doing because those buildings are huge.
it's
Yeah.
been but
And with
then they'll
COVID, you
just
can't
start
have all the
something
same
else.
workers
Right.
out there as you had
Yeah.
before. You can't have 300 guys on a job site because
Yeah.
of COVID. You got to have social distancing.
But from a construction standpoint, you don't have the huge, massive crowds, so it's probably a little easier to get stuff done from the fact that
For
you
them,
just
yeah.
don't have,
Sure.
a billion people walking around
Right.
and, causing issues or whatever. So
Guys,
they probably figured that now's a good time to get it done.
Did you
Yeah.
go on the what is that thing called?
The high
High,
roller.
high roller.
Did you go on?
We
that?
didn't go
thank
on
you.
it. No.
It's
That's
cool.
really cool. Go at night though, so you see all the lights. Cause
No,
during
thank
the
you. I
day
don't want to go that high.
It's cool. It's really cool.
It's really they're huge. They're big. We're
Observation portals.
When they
kind of
first
thing, yeah.
opened that, because I worked for Harris, we got free passes.
Yeah, we saw it. We drove by it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's not
She's
really
gonna
his,
get me on
it's
the
not
zip
really
line
his thing,
later.
but we're gonna
Zip
zip
line,
line
there
this
you go.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zip line, there you
Or
go.
something.
Under
What else did
Fremont.
we do? You went to the racetrack and drove the race car.
I went out to Las Vegas Speedway and I drove the
There was this
fast
NASCAR.
cars.
prison.
Yeah, not NASCAR. I drove Maserati and a Porsche. it was fun. It was. They take you through kind of a class, and then they have a professional driver with you, kind of tell you when to brake, when to hit the gas, and.
And it's all in videos.
Oh, it was so freaking cool. You want to drive fast. I'm telling you what, and I know next time when I do it, I'll be a lot better at it. But I got, and those the way those cars are engineered, the little Porsche that I drove, and it was like the lower end. You could drive the Lambos and the, crazy power stuff, but even that little Porsche that I drove, I didn't realize how those things are engineered. They actually. You want to go faster through the turns because of the way they're engineered. It's crazy. If you like to drive fast, man, that is a kick. That is a kick. It was fun.
We buy each other
I got up to almost 150 on the straightaway. Almost 150. 149 was like.
Yeah, he brought me a hot air balloon ride and breakfast, but with the COVID, we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to do it yet. And then she bought me a
home invasion
thing where you get to go in and
machine guns.
Yeah, machine guns and different things.
We have a quad tour.
Anyway, okay. Well, let's wrap it up. Any last comments? Things? What do you think about your sign carving career? You're gonna kind of just keep going with this thing?
Gonna try. Yeah.
Good deal.
Like to try to do something more with it. And
yeah.
Like I said, even if I can incorporate it into building furniture building, into like drawer fronts or even jewelry boxes, you can do the lids with something.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You can personalize it basically with
toy boxes is a big thing for kids. Is toy boxes, put names on them and stuff. Yeah, those are really, really popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks. Like once I've said, even on your comments on the YouTube, thank you to Vicky for all the hard work with the video. You and especially your dad, because your dad taught you. And now it's trickled down to. I appreciate it.
And it's we appreciate you guys coming by and spending some time with us.
And it's wonderful to get out to see this too.
Get in front of the camera, and I know Magnum was really happy to meet you guys.
So now we can all put a face to who we're emailing with.
Yeah, and you get an idea of what a non-fancy place this is.
And it's a beautiful state here too.
Yeah.
The mountains are gorgeous.
We like it out here.
Yeah, we got mountains there and there.
Gorgeous.
But we like the lack of people.
Our view is the next door neighbor's houses, so we don't have a mountain view yet.
Well, even though we have neighbors, we never see them. This gentleman passed away a few years ago. Nobody ever moved there, so we don't.
Yeah, nobody's behind us.
Dogs went crazy the other day because somebody was walking a dog down the street it was, what is that?
Yeah.
But we don't have like the sirens. We don't have the police cars.
If we see
that's a regular
cars go by,
that's a daily.
The police station is
at the end of
half a mile down the road.
Yeah.
We sit back 400 feet away from the road, so we're a distance away back from the road. But the police, they're constantly going up and
the
down
ambulance
the road.
is around the corner. So
So it's kind of noisy, even though we're in the country.
We had that when we were in California, right down the street from the hospital. So we had that, but I don't miss that.
You get used to it.
All right. Okay, guys, we're gonna shut it off here. Vicky's got to answer the phone. So thanks for watching. I'll take care of it, babe. I'll just cut it off. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
It was so much fun.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys took the time to come down. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Eric at makeawoodsign.com. And again, if somebody's watching this, you guys want to be part of our. This is going to take place of our Zoom. We actually get to do it face to face. If you guys want to be part of the Zoom little interview, Zoomtime things that we do, just let me know. Hit me up. We'll set up a time and we'll do it. Anyway, guys, thanks. Have a great one. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.